Today is the first day of May, year 2012. Welcome to America's first and only daily talk show for and about the Filipinos. Now also the longest running daily Filipino talk show for Filipinos outside of the Philippines. Ako po si Janelso, and this is Kababayan LA, kung saan ngayong hapon we're gonna explore the bike culture here in Los Angeles and also the pageant culture. We're gonna meet some of the lovely contestants of the Miss Philippines USA. The pageant is happening this May 6, so abangan niyo po yan. But right about now, like I said, biking culture in Los Angeles. Not too long ago, we were visited here by a Kababayan entrepreneur, and here's what he had to say about that culture. Rod, you're a Filipino-American who owns your own business, Immortal.
Yes.
Tell us about being Filipino-American and owning a business.
Being Filipino-American and owning a business here in LA, it's a bit of a challenge, but it's fun at the same time. I basically enjoy doing the business because I started it during incorporating the things that I love to do, which is cycling, b-boying, skating. It got me out of the gangs in LA. So a lot of these things that I love to do, I wanted to incorporate in a business. So this last 2 years, I started a cycling division called the Pedal Mobbers. So Pedal Mobbers is basically, it's a group of cyclists that consists of trick riders and racers. And we collaborate with a lot of bicycle crews and clubs here in LA and races. And we help promote it by documenting it through video and photos.
And is there a huge market for it? Let's talk about cycling in LA. What's there to know?
Cycling in LA, it's getting big. First of all, it's cheaper to buy a bike than a car. First of all, it's fun. You can do it with your whole family. It's not like surfing or skating where it takes years to learn how to surf.
Right.
And to skate, you get hurt a lot skating. With riding a bicycle, on the other hand, you can be like 2 years old, 3 years old in training wheels, and by the time you finish with your training wheels, you're 4 years old, you're riding a bike with your dad in the middle of the park.
And you know what? Community support is also very important. Tell us about the communities here in LA. I mean, are there events, like how many events are there, and just, you know, it's a growing community that does biking?
Well, there was a Ciclavia, and I'm not part of Ciclavia, but I always go do the Ciclavia, and what it is they close down the streets for the whole family to enjoy riding their bikes.
That would be an event, though, and so the roads are closed. You don't have to worry about safety. But
exactly.
On normal
you still
days,
have to worry about safety.
On normal days, when you're biking, you know, what are the safety issues that riders need to pay attention to?
Well, first of all, wear a helmet.
The mayor is an advocate of that, right? Because he got into an accident riding a bike, and he was saying that if he wasn't wearing a helmet, then, you know, he would have been in a more serious in more serious trouble.
Well, I got hit by a car too, so I was wearing a helmet at that time, but I wasn't seriously hurt. But it's just a lot of times coolness factor plays in, and people don't want to wear a helmet because they want to be cool and stuff like that.
It's also heavy sometimes.
It's not. It's just when you sweat.
Okay.
That's the thing. But the thing is, there's a lot of drivers out there that don't really respect cyclists. I can understand their position too, because there's a lot of cyclists also that don't respect drivers. In the road, we both have to respect each other.
Right.
You know.
Is there a handbook that cyclists can, you know, road signs, stuff like that that they need to be aware of?
I think the city of LA is basically they do have lanes for cycling now on the right side.
And of course they have to know hand signals too.
Hand
cyclists.
signals, right.
Yes. But are there bikes that are more safe or safer than others? We have some examples here.
Well, actually, these bikes,
or are they pretty much the same?
Well, it depends on what you like. There's different kinds of bikes. Most people that I see on the road, the ones we ride fixed gear, which basically those are the first types of bikes. Bare essential bikes where you can pedal backwards.
Very basic.
Very basic.
Yes.
And I think the reason why it came in was versus road bikes, BMX, is because it's such a simple bike that you become part of the bike. It's kind of hard to explain until you ride fixed gear. I used to ride BMX, mountain bikes, and on the streets and on the trails. And basically what it is you don't feel as complete. With this particular type of bike, I mean, you can see I don't have any handbrakes.
Does it mean that it becomes an extension of your faculties, like, you know?
Yeah, well, because the fact that you can't really, when you're pedaling on a fixed gear bike, you can't really stop and cruise.
Right, right.
So you have to keep on moving.
Okay.
So it's like your heartbeat. It's
Right.
pumping.
So it's also good for health, and
Right,
that's not all. There are health benefits to riding a bike, right?
Yeah,
Can
there
you
there
tell
are
us
health.
about that?
I had pre-diabetes back in 2007, 2006. I rode bikes, but I really didn't have fun riding bikes. But when I got my first fixed gear, I just started to ride every night. It was great for clearing your head, basically.
Right.
Girl problems with business.
Right.
So I ride my bike, and I fell in love with it.
So did it help you with your condition?
Yes, it did.
How so?
Just riding my bike.
Right.
I'm Filipino. I
So
eat a
for
lot.
cardio, right?
Yeah, I eat a lot for a Filipino.
Okay.
Like.
Yes.
But as far as cardio, it was great.